And that ends our league programme for the season. A magnificent achievement by the Clarets to get 100 points, even though we drew 2-2. I thought Villa in the end deserved a point. Magnificent achievement there for Villa to come back from a goal down, obviously, and draw 2-2. Now then, let's have a look at the final fixtures in the Premier League before we leave, because we think it's relevant. So let's have a look at the final games. Arsenal 2, West Brom 1 was a full-time score. Villa 2, Burnley 2, as you've just seen. Chelsea won 2-0 and finished second against Sunderland. Palace could get themselves out of trouble. We don't know the final league tables, but they've beaten Swansea by 2-0. Is it enough? We don't know. Everton 0, Tottenham 1. Hull City 1, Manchester United 2. So we're battling away win for Manchester United. Leicester 2, QPR 2. Manchester City 3, Southampton 0. Could be worrying times this for Southampton. Also, it could be worrying times for West Ham. They've drawn 2-2 with Newcastle. And Stoke, Liverpool finished 2 each. So let's have a look at the final Premier League table. Burnley obviously won it with 100 points. So they won it by 16 points from Chelsea. Manchester United finished third, and Arsenal claimed that fourth Champions League spot by 1 point from Manchester City, who finished fifth. Liverpool with 6th position, Spurs 7th, Everton 8th, Swansea did well in 9th place, Hull finished in the top 10, West Brom, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Stoke, QPR, Southampton stayed up in the end, they had enough points. And it's Sunderland who stay up on goal difference, and it's by 2 goals they've stayed up by. Crystal Palace, West Ham and Leicester, there was only 2 points separating the bottom 4 places. That's how tight the whole thing was at the end. And either it could have easily been Sunderland going down rather than Palace, West Ham or Leicester City, as it turned out. But it was a close run thing. And I would expect at least 2 of those 3 sides to be back promoted by this time next season. And let's check the other tables, because we feel it's a duty to find out what happened in the Football League as well, because we're going to have 3 new player opponents in there. We could say we are playing Norwich and Wigan next season, and we'll play neither one of Cardiff, Watford, Reading or Ipswich. They made the playoffs. And Fulham have been relegated back to League One. Birmingham stayed up by 3 points. So successive demotions for Fulham. Rotherham finished second bottom, and Brentford were already relegated yonks ago with 20 points. That was the state of play in the Championship. We don't know who won the playoffs, by the way. In League One, Bristol City and Leyton Orient finished second and third, and it's any one of Barnsley, Chesterfield, Bradford and Scunthorpe that could end up winning the playoffs. Preston just missed out by 4 points in 7th, and Sheffield United were nowhere close. They finished 11 points behind 6th place. And the bottom 4, Crawley, Fleetwood, Swindon and Yeovil were the unlucky 4, unfortunately, to fall back into League 2. Crewe just stayed up by 4 points, so too did Notts County. Gillingham, Walsall were safe with over 50 points themselves. And finally, League 2, runaway leaders Portsmouth. There's 3 automatically go, so it's Portsmouth, Bury and Shrewsbury. They were all comfortably automatically promoted. Oxford, Southend, Plymouth or Hartlepool could join them in League 1 next season. Wimbledon missed out by a good 9 points. Tranmere by a good 8 to 9 points themselves. Cheltenham, good season for them. And at the bottom, well, Accrington and Morecambe stayed up, but there were 7 points above the dreaded drop zone, and it's York and Burton who finished second bottom. And it's a real shame for Burton Albion, because they had a very good side there under Gary Rowett. I don't know where it's gone wrong for them this season. That completes the English picture. Now, before we do move on, before we finish, we've got to have a look and see where our opponents AC Milan finished in the Serie A, and they finished fourth. So they finished fourth in that particular division behind Inter, Roma, Inter, and the eventual champions Juventus. And they will be the team, Milan, that we concentrate on in 6 days' time as we go to the European Cup final. And what a game that's going to be. What an occasion that will be. And I, for one, can't wait for that to happen. So that's it for the league programme. I will join you for the final, for episode 23, the final episode of this season. Be sure to join us for the European Cup final, Milan against the Clarets. Until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.